Here's something that will blow your mind. There's a spot inside a woman's body that can trigger explosive pleasure, the kind that makes her grab the sheets, arch her back, and literally scream your name. But 8 out of 10 men have no idea where it is. Most men focus on the same zones: clitoris, G-spot, breasts. They completely miss an incredibly sensitive area packed with nerve endings. Even when they accidentally find it, they use the wrong technique and kill the sensation. Result? Both partners miss out on some of the most intense pleasure possible. I'm Dr. Fiona Gray, urologist and men's sexual health expert. Today I'm revealing exactly where this secret spot is and the precise techniques that turn gentle touch into mind-blowing sensation. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the exact location of this hidden pleasure zone, why it's so powerful, the 5 biggest mistakes men make when they find it, and step-by-step techniques to stimulate it properly. When you master this one spot, you'll notice an immediate difference. She'll become more vocal, more responsive, and more eager. This technique is so simple you can try it tonight. And when you combine it with the right positions, you'll create orgasms that are longer, stronger, and more intense than she's ever experienced. The secret spot is the anterior fornix erogenous zone, the AFE zone or A spot. It's located deep inside the vagina on the front wall, about 4 to 6 inches in, just before the cervix. It's beyond the G-spot, which is why most men never reach it. This spot is ignored for 3 reasons. First, it's deeper than most men reach during typical intimacy. Second, sexual education focuses almost exclusively on the clitoris and G-spot. Third, it requires specific angles and techniques to access properly. The A-spot is packed with nerve endings that respond to deep rhythmic pressure. Unlike the clitoris, which loves light, fast stimulation, the A-spot craves firm, consistent pressure. Think massage, not tickling. When stimulated correctly, it triggers rapid natural lubrication, even in women who typically struggle with dryness, and produces orgasms that feel deeper, more full body, and more intense than clitoral orgasms alone. Here's what you need to know. Deeper is not always better. It's not about jackhammering. It's about reaching the right depth with the right pressure. And while all women have this anatomical zone, sensitivity varies. Some respond instantly, others need practice to discover what works. That's completely normal. Mistake number 1, trying to find it too early. Most men try to reach the A spot within the first minute of intimacy. She's not aroused enough, the vaginal canal hasn't lengthened, and what should feel pleasurable just feels uncomfortable. The vagina expands up to 2 inches when fully aroused. Before that, the A spot is harder to reach and less sensitive. Spend at least 10-15 minutes on foreplay first: kissing, breast play, clitoral stimulation. Watch for signs: hips tilting forward, deeper breathing, increased wetness. The more aroused she is, the more intense the A spot sensation will be. Mistake number 2, using the wrong angle. Men often thrust straight in, trying to reach the back wall, but the A spot is on the front wall toward her belly. A straight angle misses it completely. Whether using fingers or penetrating, angle upward toward her belly button. With fingers, curl them in a come here motion and extend deeper than the G-spot. During penetration, use positions where her hips are elevated, like a pillow under her lower back in missionary or doggy style with her chest down. These angles make contact inevitable. Mistake number 3, using fast, jabbing motions. Speed does not equal intensity at the A-spot. Fast pumping or jabbing doesn't give the nerves time to register sensation. It feels chaotic, not pleasurable. The A-spot responds to pressure, not speed. Use slow, firm, rhythmic pressure, like deep tissue massage. Press into the spot and hold for a second or 2. Release slightly, then press again. Aim for 1 press every 2-3 seconds. Try the pulse and hold method. Press firmly and hold for 5-10 seconds. Release, repeat. This creates waves of sensation that build on each other. Mistake number 4, ignoring the rest of her body. Men get so focused on the A spot they forget everything else. No kissing, no clitoral touch, no connection. Women's arousal is holistic. Isolating one spot feels mechanical. Always combine A spot stimulation with at least one other touch. If you're using fingers on the A spot, use your thumb on her clitoris. If penetrating, reach around for clitoral stimulation or kiss her neck. Talk to her. You feel incredible. I've got you. When you stimulate A spot and clitoris simultaneously, many women experience blended orgasms, more intense and longer lasting. Mistake number 5, stopping too soon. Just as she's building toward climax, men change position or technique, thinking variety will help. It doesn't. It resets her arousal. The A spot requires consistent stimulation to build to orgasm. Once you find the rhythm and pressure that makes her respond, moaning, gripping, breathing faster, do not change anything. Lock in that exact motion and maintain it through her climax. If she says, right there, or don't stop, those words are gospel. Be a metronome, steady, reliable, unwavering. After she climaxes, lighten pressure gradually rather than stopping abruptly. Step 1, preparation and arousal building. Before any deep touch, build the foundation. Set the environment, warm room, soft lighting, no distractions. Begin with full body connection, kissing, caressing, verbal affirmation. Spend 5 to 10 minutes on external stimulation, breasts, inner thighs, clitoral area. Before going deep, ask clearly, do you want me inside you, or are you ready for more? Consent and readiness aren't the same as wetness. She needs to feel mentally and emotionally prepared. Even if she's naturally wet, add water-based lubricant to your fingers. The A-spot is deep, and extra lubrication prevents friction or discomfort. Step 2. Finding the A-spot. Insert 1 or 2 well-lubricated fingers, palm facing up. Curl your fingers slightly in a come here motion to feel the G-spot, about 2 inches in, slightly ridged or spongy. Now extend deeper, keeping fingers angled upward toward her belly. Go 4 to 6 inches deep until you feel a smooth, slightly softer area just before the firmness of the cervix. Press gently upward into that front wall. That's the A-spot. It doesn't have dramatic texture like the G-spot, but you'll know by her reaction. Gasping, hips tilting forward, or verbal cues like, that feels different, or go deeper. Now step 3, the stimulation techniques. Technique 1, the deep press and hold. Press firmly into the A-spot with your fingertips. Hold steady pressure for 5 to 10 seconds. Release slightly. Don't pull out, just lighten pressure. Repeat in a slow, rhythmic cycle. Pair with clitoral stimulation using your thumb or other hand. Technique 2, the slow stroke. Make slow, deliberate strokes along the front wall from G-spot to A-spot. Each stroke should take 3 to 4 seconds. Apply firm pressure on the upward stroke, lighter on the return. Maintain consistent rhythm. Don't speed up unless she asks. Technique 3, the circular press. Once you've located the A-spot, make small circular motions with firm pressure. Imagine massaging a specific point rather than stroking. Keep circles small, about the size of a quarter. Maintain contact without sliding around. Technique 4, the combination wave. Alternate between A-spot pressure and G-spot stimulation. Press the A-spot for 10 seconds, move to G-spot for 10 seconds, then back. This creates a wave of sensation. Add clitoral stimulation for maximum effect. Step 4, reading her responses. Green light signals. Keep going. Faster, shallower breathing. She pushes hips toward your hand. She grabs you, sheets, or her own body. Verbal cues. Yes, right there. Don't stop. Her vaginal walls pulse or contract. Increased wetness. The A-spot triggers rapid lubrication. Yellow light signals. Adjust. She pulls away slightly. Her body tenses defensively. She goes quiet or distracted. Verbal cues. That's a lot. Wait. Slower. Immediately lighten pressure, slow down, or return to shallower stimulation. Ask, too much? Or what do you need? Red light signals. Stop. She says, stop. That hurts, or I don't like that. She pushes your hand away. She seems in pain. Stop immediately. Withdraw gently. Check in. Are you okay? What happened? Don't take it personally. Step 5, building to climax. Once you've found the rhythm and pressure that makes her respond strongly, your only job is consistency. Do not change speed, pressure, or angle. Whisper reassurance. I've got you. Let go. You feel amazing. Place your free hand firmly on her lower belly or hip. This grounding pressure intensifies the orgasm. Maintain your exact rhythm through the peak, then gradually lighten as contractions slow. Step 6. Aftercare and integration. Keep physical contact, hand on belly, arm around her, lying close. Offer water. Say something affirming. That was beautiful. You're incredible. Later ask, how did that feel? And what did you like most? File away her answers. That's your personalized playbook. The first time may not result in a screaming orgasm. That's normal. Like any skill, it takes practice. If you want to stimulate the A spot during penetration, rather than just with fingers, position is everything. The key is achieving an upward angle that puts pressure on the front vaginal wall. Here are the 4 most effective positions, with specific setup instructions and pro tips for each. Position number 1, modified missionary with hip elevation. Setup. Place a firm pillow or folded towel under her lower back and hips. This tilts her pelvis upward, making the front wall more accessible. Enter at a slightly downward angle so you're pressing up against the front wall with each thrust. Why it works. The elevation changes the angle of the vaginal canal, bringing the A spot into direct contact with the head and shaft during thrusting. It's one of the most reliable positions for consistent A spot stimulation. Pro tip. Stay deep rather than pulling all the way out. Short, grinding thrusts with deep penetration hit the A spot more effectively than long strokes. Rock your hips forward rather than pumping in and out. Reach down and stimulate her clitoris simultaneously for blended orgasms. Position number 2, doggy style with chest down. Setup. She gets on hands and knees, then lowers her chest to the bed while keeping her hips elevated high. This creates a steep angle that naturally targets the front wall. You enter from behind, angling slightly upward toward her belly. Why it works. This position allows for very deep penetration while maintaining the upward angle necessary for A-spot contact. The steep hip elevation makes it nearly impossible to miss the zone. It's the most effective position for intense A-spot stimulation. Pro tip. Reach around and stimulate her clitoris with your hand. The combination of deep A-spot pressure from behind and external clitoral touch from the front often produces explosive vocal orgasms. Move slowly. The angle is so effective that fast thrusting can be overwhelming. Position number 3, cowgirl with forward lean. Setup. She's on top, but instead of sitting upright, she leans forward so her chest is close to yours. She rocks back and forth rather than bouncing up and down. The forward lean and rocking motion create pressure against the front wall. Why it works. This position gives her complete control over angle, depth, and rhythm, allowing her to find the exact spot and pressure that feels best. Many women can bring themselves to A-spot orgasm more easily when they control the movement. Pro tip. Place your hands on her hips to help guide the rocking motion or reach between your bodies to add clitoral stimulation. Encourage her to experiment with the angle. Small adjustments make huge differences. Let her set the pace. Your job is to provide steady support. Position number 4, spooning with deep angle. Setup. Both lying on your sides, you behind her. She pulls her top leg up toward her chest or hooks it back over your hip. You enter from behind at an upward angle, pressing toward her belly. Why it works. This intimate position allows for deep, grinding penetration with minimal effort. The angle naturally targets the front wall, and the closeness enhances emotional connection. It's perfect for slow, sustained A-spot stimulation without exhausting either partner. Se3ual Pro tip. Move slowly in this position. The angle is so effective that fast thrusting can be too intense. Instead, use deep, slow grinding motions. Stay fully inserted and rock rather than thrust. The intimacy of this position, her back against your chest, your arm around her, amplifies the emotional intensity of the physical sensation. Remember these principles. Hip elevation or chest down positions optimize the angle. Grinding and rocking motions work better than fast thrusting. Communicate constantly. Does this angle feel good? Should I go deeper? Combine positions with manual clitoral stimulation whenever possible. Don't be afraid to adjust mid session if something isn't working. Small angle changes create dramatically different sensations. Let's bring it all together. The A spot, the anterior fornix erogenous zone, is one of the most powerful pleasure zones in a woman's body, but most men never learn to stimulate it properly. It's located 4-6 inches deep on the front vaginal wall, just before the cervix. The 5 biggest mistakes. First, trying to find it too early before she's fully aroused. Second, using the wrong angle and missing the front wall completely. Third, using fast jabbing motions instead of slow, firm pressure. Fourth, ignoring the rest of her body and making it feel mechanical. Fifth, stopping or changing technique right when she's about to climax. The step-by-step process. Build arousal with 10-15 minutes of foreplay. Use lubricated fingers to locate the spot on the front wall. Apply slow, firm, rhythmic pressure. Think massage, not speed. Combine A-spot stimulation with clitoral touch for blended orgasms. Read her signals and maintain consistency when she responds. Stay steady through her climax, then provide gentle aftercare. The best positions. Modified missionary with hip elevation, doggy style with chest down, cowgirl with forward lean, spooning with deep angle. All create the upward angle necessary for consistent A-spot contact. When you master the A-spot, you're not just adding a technique, you're unlocking pleasure most couples never discover. The combination of deep internal stimulation, emotional connection, and consistent technique creates orgasms that are longer, stronger, and more satisfying than she may have ever experienced. Here's why most men miss this spot. Nobody teaches it. Sex education focuses on basics, and most of what men learn comes from trial and error or unrealistic content that doesn't show real technique. So if you've been missing the A-spot, it's not because you're doing something wrong, it's because you were never shown where to look. And for women who've never experienced A-spot stimulation, there's often a quiet worry. Is something wrong with me? Why don't I feel what other women describe? The answer is simple. Your partners probably didn't know how to find it or stimulate it correctly. That's not your fault, and it's not theirs either. It's just a gap in knowledge that we're closing right now. When you take the time to learn real anatomy, real technique, and real communication, you transform from someone who's just having sex into someone who truly understands pleasure. You become the partner she thinks about during the day, the lover she can't wait to be alone with, the man she brags about to her closest friends. That's the power of knowledge applied with care and attention. This isn't just about one spot or one technique. It's about approaching intimacy with curiosity, respect, and a genuine desire to understand what makes her feel incredible. When you bring that mindset to the bedroom, everything changes. Every touch becomes more intentional. Every moment becomes more connected. And the pleasure you create together becomes something neither of you will ever want to give up. I'm Dr. Fiona Gray. If this video opened your eyes to something new, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future content on real techniques that actually work. And share this with a friend who's ready to level up his intimate life. Trust me, he'll thank you. Drop a comment and let me know. Have you ever tried A-spot stimulation before? If yes, what was your experience? If no, are you planning to try it tonight? I read every comment and I love hearing your stories and questions. And tell me where you're watching from, your city or country. It's amazing to see how many men around the world are committed to becoming better lovers and building deeper connections with their partners. For men who want to enhance their performance even further, there are natural supplements that can help with firmness, stamina, and confidence. 2 I recommend most often are organic watermelon extract, rich in L-citrulline to boost nitric oxide and improve blood flow for stronger, longer-lasting erections, and an advanced male performance formula that combines Icarian, Tonkatali, fenugreek, nettleroot, and citrulline to support testosterone, stamina, prostate health, and overall sexual performance. You'll find links to both in the video description and pinned comment. Thank you for watching. Remember, great lovers are made, not born. Keep learning, keep communicating, and keep showing up for your partner with curiosity and care. See you in the next one.